Let me paint you a picture. It's mid-July. You're driving home from errands. The sun is blazing. The kids are half asleep in the back seat with popsicle stains on their shirts. And your to-do list. Yeah, that list, while it's still on the fridge hanging untouched. Maybe you started the summer thinking, I'm going to finally organize the hall closet. I'm going to read 3 books on the beach. And we're going to make memories every weekend. And now you're just hoping someone remembers to take out the trash. Friend, if you're nodding along, I want you to know you're not alone. And you're not behind. You're just in what I would call, quote unquote, messy middle. That awkward midsummer spot where things feel unstructured, a little chaotic, and somehow, still exhausting. Here's what I want you to hear today. You don't need to start over. You don't need to finish the list. You just need a reset. Like a little gentle nudge to realign, refresh, and reclaim your rhythm without burning out. That's what today's episode is all about. Hey there, my friend. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to Organizing with Ease. I'm Deanna Mall, your host. And if you're a returning listener, I'm so glad you're here. Today's episode is going to feel like a tall glass of iced tea for your overwhelmed brain. We're officially in the messy middle of summer. You know what I mean. That part where the sun is still shining, the days are still long, but the sparkle of June has faded just a little. We're deep in sunscreen bottles, mismatched, yes, you heard me right, beach towels and maybe even bathing suit tops and bottoms, half-done projects, and the real-life version of summer. That doesn't look like the Pinterest board you made back in May. Now, before we dive into those bins and to our closets, or even in those packing cubes, we need to talk about the one area that gets the most cluttered in the summer. So let's tell the truth. You probably started this summer thinking, this is the year we'll have more fun but stay on schedule. Or, I'm going to clean out the garage and have slow mornings with the kids. Or we'll eat clean, spend less, and still host the neighborhood barbecue. Does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you bought the new bins. Maybe you stocked up on that lemon water and planner stickers. Maybe you even journaled your summer goals on your deck while the birds were chirping early in the morning in your background. But then real life rolled in. Travel schedules got hectic. Kids wanted snacks maybe every 30 minutes. You forgot what day it was. And that one quick trip turned into a logistical puzzle. Oh, and don't forget about the heat, the actual melt your brain heat. But that's not the failure. Guess what? That's just summer. So why do we feel behind even when we're really not? Here's what I've noticed after working with so many amazing and ambitious people, moms, professionals, even fellow organizers. We tie our worth to our productivity. We equate doing it all with doing it right. But when the checklist doesn't get checked, we tell ourselves a story. I'm behind. When in fact, you're simply in the middle. So here's a little bit of a truth bomb. You ready? According to a recent study by the Time Tree, 63% of people set summer goals, but only 9% follow through. Why? Not because they're lazy. It's because it's the summer rhythm. It's different. It's not linear. It's not tidy. It's unpredictable. It's messy. It's what I would call beautiful in its chaos. And so right now, I want to invite you to hit the reset button. Not with guilt, not with the catch-up mode, but with clarity. Ask yourself, what do I want the rest of the summer to feel like? Now, what do you want to finish? What do you want to fix? And just how do I want to feel? Write down 3 feeling words. You heard me right. You want to guide the second half of the summer. Here are a few examples. Ready? 3 words could be present, energized, spacious. Or what about lighthearted, peaceful, and aligned? Or even free, cozy, and rested? Put these 3 words on a sticky note. Make it on your lock screen, in your notes, on your notes. Say them aloud when you wake up in the morning. And let them become your summer filter. Before you add something to your calendar, Run it through those words that you've chosen, those 3 words. Before you say yes to another commitment, ask, does this match my summer intention? Here's a great quote. Don't let the noise of your list drown out the joy of the moment. Let that sink in. We're not going for perfect. We're going for peace with what's real. You're not behind, you're just in the middle. And the middle, that's where all the best memories are made. A study from the American Psychological Association found that over 57% of adults experience increased stress in summer months, not from work, but from trying to do it all. So if you feel a little scattered, you're not alone. You're just doing your best in a season that's vibrant, but very, very full. And friend, that's exactly why this episode matters, because we're about to take this beautiful, messy summer and gently reorganize it with mindset, intention, and ease. So let's just go into some really great stuff. Why don't we call it the great stuff shuffle? Haha. You know, the summer version of organizing where baskets become the hiding spots and closets become the drop zone. And I will show how you can use my fresh start method to get those shift from the stuffed to the unstuck and the simple and the streamlined. But for now, we're going to pause, breathe, grab a pen, take some notes, and then choose your 3 words. Remember those 3 words? This is your summer. And we're just getting started. All right, now that we've checked in on your mindset, let's move on to something that's just a little bit more important. But it's often overlooked during the summer season, and it's your space. Yes, I'm talking about your physical environment, your home, your car, your work area, or whatever space you're spending the most time in right now. Because whether we realize it or not, your environment constantly speaks to you. And here's what I mean by that. That pile of clean laundry sitting on the chair. It's silently whispering, you're behind. The counter cluttered with papers and sunscreen bottle. That says, you're not keeping up. That guest room filled with unpacked bags and pool gear. You should have done this already, is what it's saying. Even if you're not consciously hearing those messages, your brain is. Every little piece of visual clutter adds weight to your thoughts, especially in the summer when structure tends to go out the window. Wouldn't you agree? So when people tell me they're feeling overwhelmed, foggy, or stuck, one of the first questions I ask is, what's going on around you physically? So now let's talk about summer-specific clutter because it's unique. It's unlike winter clutter. Yes, you heard me right about that, which is the bulky, the obvious, you think the coats and the boots. But summer clutter is kind of sneaky. It's like that sand in the entryway, the sunglasses and half-empty water bottles on every surface and in every bathroom, piles of towels that look clean but still smell like pool water. That one tote bag that basically is your summer life in chaos form. And the worst part, it accumulates fast because we're in and out of the house more. Our schedules are looser. And let's be honest, it's just too hot. If you can believe it, you know it, we feel it with the heat advisories to deal with it some days, right? But here's the thing. When your space feels chaotic, it becomes much harder to focus, rest, or get anything done. So let me tell you what happened to a dear friend of mine just last week. They had family in town, and once they left, she just closed the door to the guest room and didn't look at it again for almost 2 weeks. Can you believe that? This is the story she's telling me. Well, when she finally opened the door, it looked like 4th of July had exploded. Towels piled on the bed, a soggy beach bag half unpacked, random snacks. Seriously, why was there an unopened bag of chips on the dresser? And then it gets to, I found the one flip-flop underneath the bed, just the one. Why is there always a single shoe somewhere weird? Now, she could have just shut the door and told herself, I'll deal with it later. But instead, this is what she did. She set a 15-minute timer. She lit a candle to make it feel less like a chore. She tossed the trash, folded what needed to be put away, and added a little sachet of lavender to freshen up the room. And let me tell you, when she was telling me the story, I was already thinking, wow, I'm sure that when she walked back into that room, she was able to take a deep breath and exhale. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Because why? Because she had taken back control of her summer just a little bit, even in the guest room. Hey there, want to simplify your summer in just 10 minutes a day? Our Summer 10 bonus podcast series is now available, but it's private and only for our insiders. 2 exclusive episodes packed with practical organizing tips, travel prep hacks, and systems for your home, plus a downloadable workbook with slides and checklists. But of course, get private access now just for $9. Link is in the show notes. Don't miss out. Now back to today's episode. So realigning doesn't mean deep cleaning your entire house. It means shifting your space to support how you want to feel for the rest of the summer. So let's make that tangible. Here are quick, meaningful space resets you could try this week. The entryway reset. You want to shake out the doormat, add a small basket for those flip-flops and sunscreen, and remove anything that you're just not using because it's the summer. And guess what? No judgment. Kitchen counter clarity. Clear off unused appliances or summer snacks that get sticky. You know which ones I'm talking about. What about creating a hydration station with water bottles and electrolytes? Wipe down surfaces for a fresh and open feel. And the car chaos cleanup. Dump out the trunk and console. It's time. Restock with the wet wipes, snacks, and spare towels. Add a pouch or a mini bin to catch those floating clutter pieces. Those little ones. Because why? It's summer. Living room lightened up. Because why? Because you want to refresh those pillows or throws. Create a kid-free corner that's all yours. And keep this week's toys or games in space. These aren't full day projects. These are honestly 15 to 30 minute resets designed to make your summer feel lighter, clearer, and calmer. So you have more space mentally and physically to enjoy it. So why does this work? Because when you realign your physical space, your mental clutter becomes to calm down. You spend less time looking for things. You're more likely to stick to healthy habits and routines, and you feel motivated to keep going, not overwhelmed by what's left. And that's what we want, right? We're not organizing for perfection. We're organizing for peace. So here's your challenge for today. Create one zone, just one, and give it your full attention for the 15-minute reset. Set a timer. Make it fun. Watch how much better you will feel after. And if you're like me, a little visual reminder of your progress. Snap a before and after picture, and you will just love it and celebrate these real life wins. I will celebrate with you. So now that we've cleared some mental clutter, we've reclaimed some physical space, let's talk about the systems, because here's the truth. Summer needs systems too, but just simpler ones. You don't need a color-coded command center or a 40-step daily routine, but you do need rhythm. So think about it as if it's a song. When it's all over the place, it's hard to dance to it, right? But with just the right beat, you can flow, even if life's improvising a little bit. Because again, why? It's summer. When routines fall apart in the summer, and they do, systems are a fallback, not a failure. Did you know that the average person wastes 1 hour per day looking for things? That's 30 hours a month, basically a mini vacation worth of time. Imagine what you could do with that extra hour. An uninterrupted coffee on the porch, reading an actual book, or not just reading the Instagram captions. Or what about even a spontaneous trip to the beach or a walk after dinner? Here's how to think about your summer systems. Think about 3 low-lift systems to keep your summer sane. A drop zone, a Sunday, setup, a snack basket strategy. Your drop zone, designate a small bin near the door for your keys, sunscreen, and hats. This avoids the mad dash every time you're heading out. That Sunday setup. Take 20 minutes each Sunday night to glance at the week ahead. Schedules, meals, appointments, and outings. It keeps surprises to a minimum. The snack basket strategy, one bin in the fridge and one in the pantry. Let the kids help themselves. It promotes independence and saves your sanity. So here is a little mini action step. Just choose one area of your life to systemize this week. Just one. Is it the mornings? Is it meals? Is it outings? Start there and make it easy. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most by Abraham Lincoln. Let's go beyond the drawers and the counters for just a second. Because some of the most draining clutter of the summer is it's invisible. I'm talking about the overcommitted calendars, the unspoken expectations, the shoulds that pile up like laundry. You should have planned for more play dates. You should have taken a weekend trip. You should be doing more. You should be relaxing more, working more. Sound familiar? That's what I call emotional clutter, and it needs decluttering too. In a 2022 survey by the Very Well Mind, 71% of people say that summer actually increases their stress. It doesn't decrease it. Why? Because of the hidden pressure to enjoy it perfectly. But here's the truth. You don't have to maximize every summer day to make it meaningful. Sometimes joy is in the popsicle that melted before you sit down. Sometimes it's the pile of towels on the floor that means everyone swam their heart out or just enjoyed the beach. So here's your invitation. Your invitation is to let go of the pressure to perform summer. Name the one thing you're releasing this week, the one mental should or the emotional guilt that was just not serving. Write it down, say it out loud, and then let it go. You can't organize guilt, but you can choose peace. Just saying. Here's where it all comes together. Because the summer isn't a productivity sprint, it's a season of presence. This is the stretch where your home should feel a little looser, your schedule a little brighter and lighter, and your memories are a little more golden. But the best magic is usually it happens in the margin. It's in the space we create when we stop trying to do it all and instead let moments unfold. So whether it's taking the scenic route, eating dinner outside, saying yes to the spontaneous pool invite, letting your home be lived in, not just looked at. You're not just doing summer, you're living it. So schedule one margin moment this week. Don't wait for the perfect time, just create it. Because some of the best moments in life are the ones you didn't plan. So let's just rewind what we covered. We reset the mental clutter by choosing feeling words to guide us. We tackled the physical clutter by doing a power hour and picking one space. We introduced a simple summer systems that don't require a full planner. We acknowledged and released the emotional clutter, those silent pressures and expectations. We made space for margin moments because summer is meant to be lived, not just organized. Your midsummer homework, pick one action from each segment and try it this week. Just one. That's all it takes to reset and reclaim your rhythm. So you want a little extra inspiration inspo for the hammock or your nightstand? Here are a couple of great reads that complement this episode. The Lazy Genius Way, which I have already shared, but I think this actually is very apropos for this episode. And Chasing Slow, a beautiful reflection on slowing down and making peace with imperfection. Until next time, my friend, and remember, you're not behind. You're exactly where your summer story starts to get really good. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Organizing with Ease podcast on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you who are passionate about living their best lives. And remember, a new episode comes out every Thursday at 8 a.m. So mark your calendar and join us. Until next week, Take care and keep shining bright.